In the skies above the River Severn, near Gloucester where I live, on winter evenings you can see fantastic, vast flocks of starlings. They're called murmurations. They rise, they wheel, they dive, they spiral. Birds joining, birds leaving. And yet all the time they're acting as one thing, one individual. There's no plan, but the murmuration seems to know where it's going. It's spontaneously organising itself. It's mutual interaction by all the individual birds to make up an individual that's bigger than they are. And I stress this is mutual. There's nobody in control, no leader, no head bird. Something seems quite remarkable happening. This is really the key image that I want to bring you today. This murmur, all these different birds forming an individual that's bigger than themselves. I think it's the same if instead of going upwards in scale, you go downwards. Tell you what I mean. I think of this as my body. And yet I'm made up of loads of individuals, individual cells, the organ systems. They're all doing their own thing. I rely on the fact that they're all doing their own thing. I'm not conscious of most of what's going on inside me at any moment. I rely on it. And yet it is. I can take this scale, as I say, right down to cells, individual components of cells. Changing constantly, new cells being born, old cells dying, dissolving. The skin constantly flaking off, my hair falling out, it is replaced until it isn't, and you end up like this. Constant change. All the time, individual cells, the individual organ systems, doing their own thing, but contributing to this bigger individual that's me. I think you can argue the same thing when it comes to my mind. Do I really control my mind? Look, let's put it like this. Are my words even really mine? I didn't invent the English language. I don't have a PhD in cell biology. And yet, I speak to you, understand something is happening between us. So what's going on here? Well, I think most of the time what we're doing is really catching each other's thoughts, each other's ideas, each other's emotions. Scientists talk about mirror neurons in the brain, which actually let us feel together. So I see you happy. I feel your happiness. I see you sad, and I feel you're sad. And this goes right the way back. Baby smiles. Mum or dad smiles back. Baby smiles again. They're learning to be themselves by enjoying themselves, yes, but enjoying each other and enjoying each other's enjoyment of them. It's something mutual that's happening together, not actually so separate. I think we can talk about these individual thoughts, emotions, ideas swirling around within us, like the flock of starlings, like the murmuration, but also swirling around between us as we catch these thoughts, catch these emotions. I mean, it's more like the way we catch each other's germs, the way you get a cold or the flu from each other. So what we've got in this way I'm describing is we've got individuals all the way up, individuals making bigger individuals, bigger systems, right up to the level of the planet as a whole. And then we've got individuals all the way down, me, organ systems, cells, the little components of each cell. And what's really interesting is all these different levels, but they're completely interdependent. They're constantly interacting with each other, and so many of them actually interpenetrating each other. Nothing would work unless this actually happened. But there's no one level, no one scale of individual ruling all the others. Interaction, mutuality, a lot of the time. Great. But, and this is the big point really, this isn't the way we normally imagine that things are. And it isn't in many ways, maybe most ways, that the world as we actually live in it is arranged for us. I'll give you a concrete example, something we all know. Being stuck in traffic, stuck in a traffic jam. And I'm there, and I'm separate, and I've got walls of steel around me. I'm in a little box. Maybe I'm listening to my music. And I'm here, and you're there, and there, and there, and there, and there. And I feel separate. And I feel that I'm in competition with you, competition for the road. Can I nip into that space? Can I get round there? Can I get ahead of you in the traffic? Competition, competition, competition. Trouble is, it's like trying to unravel a ball of wool, or even just simply undo a knot. You know, you tug, 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 it just gets tighter. The more we compete for space, the bigger jam we're in. It's a problem. And the real problem is, well, yeah, think this through again. When I'm in the traffic jam, is it me and the traffic jam is out there, something separate from me, causing me a problem? Or am I actually, I'm actually part of the traffic jam. Am I part of the problem in that sense? Like everybody else, just part of what's going on. An individual, a thing which is bigger than me, bigger than all of us. The problem, the big problem happens when we forget, as the world is organised in such a way that we tend to, when we forget that each of these scales, each of these levels, from the planet right down, to the most microscopic, is entirely interdependent, absolutely relies on the smooth functioning of every other level. In so many ways, we're led to act as if there's only one level that counts. That's the level of you and me. And as soon as we lose sight of all those other connections, well, then it becomes just a simple competition between us. There's no alternative. Only one can win. I'm in competition with you and you and you and the rest of the world, every living and every non-living thing. I need to remake the world the way that I want it to be. Because nothing else, we're just unaware of all the links in both directions. What do we do? What can we do? Well, if only one can win, then we all lose. And someone once said, well, if it's a case of you versus the world, who do you think is going to win? We all lose. The birds, they seem to know this. They work at both levels simultaneously. Now they're individuals. I mean, starlings aren't nice birds. They bicker like hell when they're on the ground. Now they're being individuals. Now they become something much bigger. And actually, let's go back to the starlings, because there's a reason, well, so many reasons that I love that image, but this is for me the clincher. There's no fixed inside and outside. Fuzzy edges. Everything about it is fuzzy. The shape constantly moving. No clear definition. Nothing separate. constant mixing, interpenetration. And actually, maybe, if we think about it, every individual is pretty much like that, from the big scale to the tiniest scale. No clear boundaries, just fuzzy edges everywhere. And that fuzz allows things to mix, to mingle, to communicate. And in that sense, just like the murmuration, every single individual is also a community. Communities making up bigger communities, communities made up of communities. I mean, like all the different elements in the community that is actually bringing you this TEDx today. So many different strands, different people. Tech crews, speakers, organisers, volunteers, all coming together. So perhaps what we should think about more, what we should always come back and emphasise again and again and again, is what links us as communities to each other. The open community, the community that's not fixed, not separate, not cut off, but a community that freely and happily is part of other communities, interpenetrating, having things in common, having things different between them. Linking, connecting things up. Communication and community. Think about what actually links us. And enjoy it. Treasure it. Enjoy it. Emphasize those links, because the more we build them, the more we get away from this competition model of the world. So that's in how we are with each other here today, in our lives. But it's also just watching the starlings settling on the rooftops, settling on the chimney pots, watching the river flow past. All of that human and non-human world. Thank you.